Hello, welcome to my work from home e-learning discussion. The topic of our discussion today is economic consequence of COVID-19 on the budget, a call for stronger PFM system in Yobe State. And the outline looks like this: introduction, cause and effect relationship, and the way forward. Why Yobe State, you may think? Because the case study could be any other state or public sector body you may think of. But Yobe State is my state, and I've been following the activities of Yobe State for quite some time now, passionately. And in this period of pandemic, we have seen how the state government has extraordinarily and timely intervened through synergistic collaboration with various actors to see that the spread of the pandemic is curtailed in the state. That gave me abundance of hope in the administration of Governor Buni. And as many, actors are trying to synergize with the state and contribute to their own quota, I feel, as a lecturer, I feel obliged to also contribute to my own state. And that has to do with economic consequence of the COVID-19 on the budget. Perhaps it will be of significance to the government to confront the issue before it appears. It will also perhaps be of importance to citizens in such a way that they will understand the difficult decision government faces, when deciding on their financial resources and allocating them to strategic priorities. The issue here is this: we have seen how the federal government has, reduced the benchmark of petroleum crude oil price from $57 per barrel to $30 per barrel. That partly, you may think, it may be as a result of the conflict between Russia and Saudi government, but it is also as a result of the lockdown of economic activities around the world as a result of COVID-19. That affects the budget estimate. Secondly, we have seen how experts predict that the first and second quarter of 2020 GDP of this country will reduce. That is because of the slowdown or lockdown of economic activities, more especially the service sector, which contributes more than 50% of the GDP. To look at it diagrammatically, let's look at this here to see how the COVID-19 affects the budget. If you can see in this first box, we have COVID-19. Let's see how it goes down to the budget. It actually slows down the economic activities that has to do with agriculture, manufacturing, services, and sales of crude oil. The revenue from all these activities will be low, and that distorts the flow of revenue to Federation account. Federation account is the account in which the share of revenue goes to Federation, states, and local government. If the total revenue here is low, then definitely the statutory allocation to federal, state, and local government will also be low. And if it is low, what happens to our budget estimate? The capital and recurrent expenditure will be jeopardized, and at the end of the day, we may end up having what we call budget deficit. If that happens, then government will find it difficult to finance its expenditure, and that is going to be a big problem because sometimes even salary of workers will not be paid easily. But the good news is this: if we can strongly strengthen our PFM system, then I predict everything is going to be fine. The issue is, what is PFM? PFM stands for Public Financial Management, and it is a system in which financial resources are planned, directed, and controlled to ensure an effective and efficient delivery of public service goods. If that happens, then we're going to have better decision, better outcome, and better value for money for the service recipients, for the citizens, and for the economy as a whole. The PFM has 4 objectives. Number 1 is to protect aggregate fiscal sustainability. This has to do with the study of various sources of revenue available to the government. In this period of pandemic, we've known that there's a danger that statutory allocation to the state will be low. If that happens, what will the state do? Will the state go and think about increasing its IGR, or will the state now go on borrowing? That would be the responsibility of Fiscal Responsibility Board of the state to give us the data, and for the state to use the data and decide appropriately on what to do. The second one is allocation or reallocation of limited resources to strategic priority. We know we have, as individual, as government, we have unlimited wants and we have limited resources. So if we can sit down, because of this period of pandemic, that we know that there's going to be a slow in strategic allocation, and reallocate our resources to priority that are necessary, then we're going to have, lesser problem or even no problem when the issue arises. And the third one has to do with ensure value for money. We have to, in this case, ensure that whatever service we are providing to the people, it is a service that has, the combination of economy, efficiency, and effectiveness. The third one has to do with accountability and transparency. The accountability and transparency has to do with every person in the society, has a responsibility to know what happens with his financial resources. And the government also has a responsibility to provide to the citizens, financial performance, financial, position of the state government. These four objectives has to be taken simultaneously by the government to ensure effective and efficient, public service or public financial management system. And the core or the foundation or the fundamental issue here is to have a good leadership. If we have a good leader that has honest and genuine approach to reform, then we are sure to obtain all these four objectives simultaneously, and we're not going to get the problem of budget or COVID-19 on the budget. Then the takeaway, we have seen that COVID-19 could affect the budget. We've also seen that strong PFM system could address the issue. Thank you very much.